Kenya's hopes of ending incontinence caused by fistula are rising as more women are receiving surgery. Fistula is a serious childbirth injury caused by prolonged labor without access to cesarean section. Tissue die due to pressure from the baby's head, and a hole forms in the birth canal, through which urine and/or feces leak. Women with fistula are subject to severe social stigma due to odor. The United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, says at least 2 million women globally live with fistula. In Kenya, approximately 1 to 2 fistulas occur for every 1,000 deliveries. A $2 million grant to the Fistula Foundation from Japanese pharmaceutical company Astellas is enabling more surgeons in Kenya to be trained and more women to receive surgery. Joining us now via Skype from San Jose, California, for more on the subject is Kate Grant, CEO of the Fistula Foundation. Ms. Grant, welcome to the show.
Hi, Linord. Thank you.
It's great to have you. Listen, talk to us about Action on Fistula, this program that you've been implementing in Kenya for the past 3 years.
I'm delighted to. We kicked the program off in May of 2014 with, as you mentioned, Linord, support from Astellas Pharmaceutical, which is a Japanese pharma company. They provided funding for us to do something we had wanted to do for a long time but didn't have the resources to do, and that is to build a treatment network that could help women get treated for this problem now and also in the future. And what was involved with the network was basically setting up a countrywide system of half a dozen hospitals that could treat women 12 months out of the year, extensive outreach effort that allowed us to get to Kenyans in 43 counties in the country out of the 47. We did over 7,000 events. And in the last 3 years, we've been able to treat over 2,500 women, which is about twice what we thought we would be able to do. We've also been able to train an additional 6 expert surgeons to do fistula surgery. So we're excited about this program because it's enabled us to treat women now, but probably as, if not more importantly, build this human and physical infrastructure to help us treat women long into the future. It's very exciting.
So obviously it was a positive outcome for this program. What is next for the program? What are the next steps?
Well, between now and 2020, we basically are doubling down on what we've done the last 3 years and plan to have at least 4,500 women treated by 2020. We're basically just leaning in with more resources to do more outreach events, get more women in for surgery. We know that, unfortunately, there are women that have had this injury and suffered with it, sometimes for decades. So there's a backlog of cases. We're trying to get ahead of that, obviously, with this robust program, and that's really what's ahead. One thing I did want to mention, Linord, that's important is we've set up a hotline number that works countrywide, and women can call into that hotline number, or family members can on behalf of those women, to find out where services are available near them, but also to get an assessment of their symptoms. As you mentioned, Linord, fistula is a childbirth injury. It leaves holes in organs like the vagina. It's a tough topic, right? So we do have this 800 number, and I wanted to give it to you. It's a hotline number, not 800, but a free number people can call into, and it's the number is 0717 492 526. Again, that's 0717 492 526.
And that's a number for Kenya. But quickly, before we wrap, conducting surgery is part of the solution. How do we approach this in terms of solving the solution to prevent it from happening?
That's such a great question, because obviously you don't get this issue eradicated, this problem that devastates women's lives eradicated unless you can both treat and prevent. And I've talked to you obviously about the treatment side. The prevention side, as you mentioned, Linord, is equally important. The way to prevent a fistula is to provide emergency obstetric care to every woman who needs it. In other words, a woman that's in labor, where that labor is obstructed, where it's not proceeding well, needs professional medical attention, and that's the way to prevent a fistula. There's other things, though, that can help women have healthier deliveries. One of those things is the ability to plan and space children so that you have women giving birth when their bodies are really ready to do this. That means having babies not when they're children biologically, I mean, you know, in their teens, but it also means giving women the ability to plan and space children, couples the ability to do that so that they're several years apart.
Okay, Ms. Grant. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Linord. Grateful for your time and attention. You take care.
And that was Kate Grant, CEO of the Fistula Foundation.